What's going on, guys? Haxa here with another episode of Skul the Hero Slayer 1.5. The newest patch, but we're kind of starting to ease into it. It's been 4 days since it released, and metas are starting to form. And I've actually come to some pretty interesting conclusions, myself at least. Other people, I've had conversations with people about how they feel about this new Skul, and people are in varying opinions about it. Personally, I think we're in an inscription meta where your inscriptions are very, very important. You need to focus your inscriptions to have a successful run. And I've had a lot of run experiments since the last time I recorded a video, and I will tell you, I've actually lost a lot of runs in the in between the last video and this one. Yeah, I've been doing like a lot of experimenting with different inscriptions and also ignoring my inscriptions and just kind of focusing on trying to get powerful item effects. And the game is very interesting now. Like I said, I think we're in an inscription meta here. And because of that, you very, very, very much so need to scrap just like looking for like powerful item effects. And just like whatever inscription path you're set down, you need to take it. And also there are different kinds of inscriptions too. There are inscriptions that are more support and sub DPS type inscriptions, kind of like the wound we see here. This is more of a supporting inscription. And these inscriptions tend to go to 4 stacks. And then you have main inscriptions that are like damage focused and like run defining inscriptions, like Fairy Tale here, which goes above 4 and can like range from 5 to 6. I think maybe even 7 in a couple of cases. But yeah, these are like your more run defining, like these are inscriptions that can set you down a path of victory, whereas like a thing like Brawl is like a thing that can help aid your run. And I think that is how this meta is going to end up shaking out to be, but that's just my opinion. Other people will give you different opinions, and that's fine. Like you know, people have their own takes and stuff. That's just my take on it, and I'll try and show what I mean by that, because I've learned a lot, like I said, since the last time I did a recording, and I think I know how to build a successful run more now. So that certainly in this run I'm going to be trying to do that. And also I said that, but I'm literally this is something I've been wanting to do since the start. I want to do a physical little bone run, which is a bit of an experimental type of run. So that's kind of going against literally what I just said, because I was talking about how you should try and build towards your inscriptions, and little bone runs are very kind of anti that. They're very item focused runs. You need very specific items to make them work. So if I'm not gonna absolutely force the that to happen, but I'm going to certainly try and make that happen. Like if I'm going down a path and it looks like I'm not going to be able to build the run successfully in a direction that allows for a little bone run, I will not force it, but I'm going to try my best to make this happen, because it sounds very fun and I really, really want to see if it's good. I've seen other people doing it, and they've had pretty good success with it, so I'm fairly certain it's good. I just want to see it for myself. But yeah, we're finally in a state of the game where Lil Bone can do both magic and physical runs, and quite effectively as well. Like, a lot of people seem to be under the impression just because Lil Bone doesn't awaken and it's the Skul you start as, that it's a weak Skul, but that is not true. Lil Bone is actually very powerful, because it has a thing it can do that no other Skul in the game can do, which is spam abilities like crazy. You can teleport and then throw your head immediately after, and then you have a little bit of a cooldown, but it's not like... If we can get down that path, you will see what I mean. Okay, and also this is something I figured out as well, and it's very unfortunate, because I might actually consider it if this wasn't the case. Mummy is bugged. If you see Mummy in the 1.5.1 patch, avoid it, because if you take it to Legendary, when weapons are falling out of the sky, it picks up the weapons by itself, and there's also like a invisible hitbox that is up above you, and I think that has something to do with the with how it picks up the weapons. And if you get in the Joan fight, you can't hit her when she's like at the top of the screen. It's very unfortunate. I lost a run. I was trying to record for the channel yesterday to that, and I was very upset. Yeah, very unfortunate little thing. So I'm not gonna be able to play Mummy for a while. It's one of my favorite skulls, which makes me sad, but we'll hopefully get to play it again soon. In that shop, I just kind of bought some decent items because, you know, it's the first shop and we weren't really offered anything that was super interesting that we could build towards. And I think building up treasure is a good way to start a run. Treasure is a very important inscription. Yeah, it's a very good thing to build towards at the end of the day, because you just get more money, and it just means you could have more opportunities to actually find items you want and build towards inscriptions you want. It's a very important inscription, even if you only get it to 2, which is probably what's going to happen in this run, but who knows. And we are offered, oh my god, really? Holy shit. That completely changes everything. If you get offered one of these like legendary status items, you would be a fool not to take it. Like an absolute fool. Even though this one doesn't even seem that good, I still want it. And we might end up selling it eventually, but for now, we're definitely taking that, and we're gonna try and maybe start building towards a frozen run, which means no little bone run if that actually ends up happening. But seeing that so early is very useful. And like I said, this does not seem that good. Amplifies damage to frozen enemies by 30%. Damaging a frozen enemy deals an... Oh, actually, no, that's good, actually. The additional magic damage seems pretty good, but the 30% is nothing to write home about. Which is, we are on the sword skull here, who is a wound-based skull. Like, he is the skull that they reworked in the game to be focused around wounds, and they reworked a lot of the skulls. Not every skull in the game has a status, like not every status, I should say, is represented by a skull. But they did get some of them in the game. Like this is wound, and you have the frozen skull, who is frozen, and then you have the alchemist, who represents like all of them. But I don't count that because it's like a jack of all trades. I'm saying like each status has a specific skull that is centered around that that damage status archetype, and we don't have one for every single one, but we do for a couple of them. I assume we're going to get more of them as the game evolves going forward, so that's something to look forward to. At least that would make sense, right? Like I think that would make sense at least. All right, let's see what's in the shop. Okay, there's some poison. There is this is an interesting item. It used to be horrible. It would like allow you to dash a bunch of times, and that's kind of just useless. This now is like, you can deal like very strange increments of magic damage with it, and it's actually not super bad, but we're looking more for freeze here than anything, and I would really like to see it, but it's not looking like that's gonna happen. I don't want to build too far into too many different... okay, well, this is artifact, and this is exactly what I was talking about, right? I think you need to build towards one of these main, like, damaging inscriptions in a run. You need to. Like, that's my opinion so far about this update. Because these are very important. They deal a lot of damage, and they're very useful. They also give you stat increases, which I think people are kind of... Because, like, as Skul players, we're used to having insane stats, like ridiculous off-the-chart stats because of the way the game was before 1.5. So 35% to a lot of people seems like kind of bogus, but it really honestly is not bad. Like before 1.5, that would be like 3 or 4 tactics less courage inscriptions actually. Well, let's see, 5 and then 10 and then so like 3. It would be like 3 courage and tactics inscriptions, which is good. Like obviously that's not bad, but you can't just rely on like the stat increases you get from inscriptions. You also need to pick up a couple items that just flatly increase your stats as well. But you should not turn your nose up at the stat increases that these give you, and also the powerful effects they provide on the side. The meteors are very strong, and we're going to be making a lot of use of them in this run. So it's looking like we're going magic here. I don't think I have much of a choice after being offered the sub, what is it called? Glacier Breaker. I hate ice! Break them all! I love the little item descriptions that they put in this. Like, they're so weird, but some of them are just kind of like, I don't know, funny. I don't get what that one, like, I guess we just hate ice now? I don't know. But we definitely can't be using this skull for the rest of the game. This is a wound skull, and it's a physical-based skull. Yeah, they took the magic off of Swordsman. The Swordsman's gotten some weird treatment over the last couple of patches. Because in, like, 1.3, Swordsman was kind of a mixed skull, like, primarily, didn't really focus either. People considered it a magic skull, and I agree with them. But 1.3, it certainly wasn't nearly as focused on magic as it was in 1.4 when they updated it in the Skull Reformation update and turned it into an almost entirely magic-based skull. And now here we are in 1.5, and it's a physical skull with 0 magic on it. So it's gotten weird, really weirdly treated over the past couple of patches. So hopefully they're done fiddling around with it. I think it needs a bit of a break, but yeah, very interesting path that the Swordsman has gone down. We're absolutely owning the Elder with our wounds here, and poison too. But none of this is going to be a permanent staple on the run. We're gonna get rid of this as soon as we can. Ooh, actually somehow, because of the heirloom. Heirloom, in my opinion, is one of the more interesting and underrated new inscriptions they added, especially the first tier of it. It's very fun, and it lets you dodge a lot of damage. Okay, now we have Artifact 2, and we have flat stat bonus from this, so we're starting to build up some magic here. So the run is starting to go down a path I see as winnable, and that's a lot to say compared to the last few runs that I've done off camera. Like I said, I've lost a lot, and you'll see it if we're lucky. Well, actually, I guess if I die, you'll see it too. But if I'm lucky enough to get to the end and get a victory, you'll see how many more deaths I have in this video compared to the last one. This is actually kind of bad. I didn't foresee this being as tanky as it is. So far, so good in terms of avoiding damage, but our luck could run out very quickly here. I don't think these can be statused either, so we have to rely completely on our damage and our ability to dodge attacks. Okay, we actually dodged that with our heirloom, but that's as much as I'm gonna get from heirloom here. Okay, ow. Okay, ow. Gotta be careful. I was doing so well. Just get me out of here, man. Get me out of here with a decent amount of HP. It's all I ask. I probably shouldn't have even picked up these boots, but I don't know. I mean, it's money. So in the short term, it's extra damage. In the long term, it's money and a free item. Except, you know, you have to not take damage in the fight that it throws you into, which is easier said than done, but we actually did a pretty good job. We only took 25 damage, so it could have gone a lot worse. I will actually take that and consider that a well done job for me. Certainly, I usually take way more damage than that. Sorry, I was taking a sip of tea. Gotta get some caffeine going when I do these runs. I hope we have a lot of money to re-roll the shop a lot coming up. I really do want to start building towards freeze here. I don't think I've ever gotten a freeze 4 run, and our odds of getting freeze 4 are now a lot higher than they normally would be because we picked up the legendary item. So we already got one of the hard things out of the way in terms of building towards freeze. So yeah, my goal here is now to hopefully get a nice freeze run going, and we're going to be giving up a little bone here soon, I imagine. Unless we start finding some items that help specifically low bone. Oh. Why is the game doing this to me? I really, really want this item. I mean, it's a good item, right? And we have 2 balance skulls, and I'm probably going to keep 2 balance skulls, so it'll be like incentivizing me to swap a lot. So I'm okay, I'll take this, because I've really wanted to use this in a run. But it's not building towards my inscriptions, which, you know, I have been saying is a good thing to do, but I want it anyway. We'll also pick up this Yeti up here, and I'll go ahead and sell the poison here. And yeah, now we have Yeti, which is freeze, so that's good. We'll probably keep that the whole game, most likely. I don't think there's any other thing I would want, honestly. I think Yeti is... It did get nerfed, obviously, in the update. It was a very well-deserved nerf, too. But it's still an incredible quintessence. Just insane, really. It's hard to make a very low cooldown like this Quintessence bad. I don't know why I was blanking there on the word quintessence. I feel like that happens to me a lot. If you're watching my videos, you're used to me blanking and just kind of like stuttering. So I'm sure you don't give a fuck. Oh, okay. Be very careful here. The little bone is not doing anything for us. It's just an objectively bad thing for us to be having at this point in the run. Unless we can start finding like Mage's Necklace or Mana Bone, we need to quickly swap off. Okay, actually, you know what? We'll take Petty Thief, actually. Oh, okay, I'll actually keep the Little Bone, even despite what I just said, because Little Bone at least is magic capable, whereas that thing is not magic capable, so... Petty Thief is now a magic skull, if you didn't know. It got changed in the last update, and I would say for the better, overall at least. But the basic attacks for some reason are still physical. I don't know why Southpaw does this sometimes. They did it with fuck, what was I thinking of? I don't know. I'm blanking. But they do that from time to time with the skulls when they change them, and I don't understand why, because it makes a lot of people upset, even though I don't think it matters that much. People see it and they get upset when it happens. Okay, this is also not building towards our inscriptions, but it's very good. Like this is like I said, you also need to pick up items that are just strong and have like strong effects attached to them, and this is certainly one of those items. I haven't gotten to use it in a run, and I would really like to. I can even build towards mutants and get the first tier of mutant here, and that would be very good for swapping and proccing this as much as possible. So we're starting to build towards a direction here that seems fairly good. So the run's starting to get some legs, but I need to... Ooh, okay. We need to do this quickly to afford this, but I feel like we're very capable of getting through this quickly. Especially with Yeti here, absolutely tearing everything to pieces. Oh my god, how quickly are we going to get through this? Is this it? No. Okay, I should have known better. Okay, actually, we're getting a little on the slow side here. How the fuck do I get up there? There we go. That's not bad. For a legendary? Wow. Okay, so... Mana Saga. Do we have any of these? Since we don't. I did say I wanted Mana Bone, though, so I guess this is like a step in that direction. Go ahead and get rid of this. But now we have spammable abilities, so that's a run direction we can build towards, but kind of wish I would have seen something else from that, but I guess it's fine, right? We also could have gotten a status item that we're not focusing on, which would have been unfortunate, so... Could have been worse, could have been better. Mana Bone is not bad, though, obviously. It's a... Before 1.5, it was like an A tier item. Don't know how to feel about it now, though. Okay, this actually is not accurate. It says it's physical damage. This is actually a magic item now. I'm sure you've seen this and been like, what the fuck? Why does this have artifact on it? But it's just inaccurately labeled. And I actually also want this. This also has artifact on it. And I think we can pretty comfortably get rid of... I suppose the Ring of Winds? We lost Heirloom, which is kind of sad, but we're starting to really build towards our artifact here. We now have Meteors, but there is only the one Meteor, so it's not that useful. But after a while, it's going to start piling up, and if we can get to Artifact 6, it would be very powerful for us. And you've already seen Artifact in one of my runs, if you at least watched one of my previous videos, that is. If you're a new viewer, hi, what's up? But, yeah, we have Artifact... And we've already used it in one of the previous runs on this channel since 1.5 came out. But like I said, I think this run to me is more about demonstrating my new run building ideas that I've been having. Okay, actually, fuck that. We're getting Dark Paladin. Little Bone's gone. Dark Paladin. I've been wanting to do a Dark Paladin run for so long. It's one of my favorite skulls in the game. And here we are. Offered it early. We can actually make use of this. And I'm very excited to use it. Yeah, it's just a very awesome skull to have. I think these will be our 2 skulls for this run. We used Thief in a very recent video, but I don't care. We're at it, like I've been saying this whole time. Since I started making videos on this channel, we can only not use skulls so many times. Like eventually we're gonna use all of them and then we'll have to recycle them. So we can't use mummy. Very sad, but it's just glitched right now. So we have to move on from that. Even though I don't think I would use it right now anyway. And it did have the physical attack on it. The physical ability, I should say. And here we are in the Grand Hall with the Leona sisters. They are not going to be any trouble for me, I don't think. But our meteors aren't going to be all that helpful because we're only summoning the one. Though one of them did just get hit, so... Where did we get stunned, by the way? Is that naturally on this? No. Where's that coming from? I don't know. I'll have a better look at it after I'm done with this fight. I just don't want to keep you guys staring at a at a screen with nothing happening on it for too long. Sounds boring. Doesn't make for good content. Oh, okay. That's always a problem I have with that attack in particular is I dash into the use of it and then I miss it with it. But if you're ever using the backstab attack, don't dash into using it because you'll miss, and it's not fun to miss your attacks. I don't think I have to tell you that. Oh, okay. This is a problem with freeze. Actually, I was wanting to talk about this earlier, but it keeps slipping my mind. I can talk about it now. Freeze, I think, is a status that needs some help. One of the issues with it is now that bosses can be statused. If you freeze a boss, it actually interrupts their attack pattern in a way that is very unbeneficial for you, because when they leave the freeze status effect, they're still attacking in the attack they were using before. So you can freeze an enemy and then completely forget what attack they were using when you froze them, and they just deal a lot of damage to you like that over time. It's very annoying, and I've taken a lot of hits from it, and I think they need to do something about that. Even though I do plan on building towards freeze this run, and we still haven't seen anything that helps me along that path, unfortunately. This certainly doesn't help. It is mutant, though. But we're kind of starting to get a little tight on our items here. We're not seeming to get lucky enough to find treasure, so I think maybe I have to abandon that path, which means maybe I could take this to get the mutant going. And we do have a lot of incentive to do some mutant here. Actually, you know what? I think that's a good idea. Which is unfortunate. I do like doing treasure, and I don't think this is a good mutant item, but it's a mutant item that we didn't have before, and now we actually have it, so we're better off than we were, I would say. A little low on skull shards, though. We definitely need to, oh, really? Okay, so this is, like, in my opinion, the most dangerous trial that you can have to get an item out of one of these. So I'm not going to do it, and we're also obviously not physical, so this wouldn't help us that much, but I'm a big fan of Thieves' Armor. Even at this point in the game, if it was like offered to me under different circumstances, I would probably take it. Because I just think Thieves' Armor is very powerful. But it certainly is not really synergistic with the run we're on right now. Get me out of there, please. Let's not summon the Alchemist of Shame. And I think we successfully dodged it. Thank goodness. If you're not familiar with what the Alchemist of Shame is, if you walk over in this area, it summons an extra Alchemist, and you have to kill them to leave the room. Whereas if you don't summon them, you can just ignore them and leave. So if you summon it, it doesn't really affect anything. It's just a very shameful experience because it was completely unnecessary. All right. Bad items. Of course, we got off the treasure path, and here is treasure offered to us. That sucks. And this all blows. Wow. That fucking sucks. Pretty bad. Okay. This run is starting to fall into a little bit of trouble. Because I'm focused on skull shards right now, as I usually am at this point in the run. I need my shops to be at least decent. Like, I need to usually get at least one item per shop. That would be ideal. We have not been offered freeze, so we're not furthering our legendary item we got at the start of the game, and we also didn't get further into artifacts, so hopefully I'm offered some item rooms that aren't accompanied with skull rooms, but it's not looking... At least we kept a lot of our money. That's like the only thing that came out of that bad shop experience, is we have a lot of money for the next shop, but we're weak in the short term, and that is not a good thing. I definitely need to get my artifact all the way up, and hopefully get some better artifact items too. We're currently using the trap item that is just really not that good. Okay, let's not let them summon. They were taking their sweet time, thankfully. Wait, what inscription do we have that's causing me to have that underneath me? Execute? No. I don't know. I'm confused. I'll take it. I'm sure whatever it was helping me. Alright, it's adventurers time. This could be bad. It's a pretty good set of adventurers, though. At least this is my opinion on the adventurers. This, obviously, we don't like to see the cleric and the mage too, but the archer is not too bad at this stage. She is kind of annoying, but manageable. Also, she insta-ulted. That is a thing that can happen. I don't know if it's on purpose by the devs, and there's just a chance that they can insta-ult. It very rarely happens, but she did it there. But thankfully, she died anyway. But she did heal the other adventurers before she died. So, unfortunate, but we're fine. Overall, good fight. Let me not take damage, please. Thank you. And what are we offered? Okay, we're offered an Archdemon, which is good. Jesus. A good Okay, so Yeti I just think is better, though, at the end of the day. I'll just take my bone shards and get out of here. Which is, you know... Obviously, it's like legendary quintessence. That's cool. You know, that's strong, right? It has to be stronger than Yeti. Not necessarily. Yeti is, like, really, really strong, so... In my opinion, I'm better off with the Yeti that I've been using. And also, it synergizes with my freeze and lets me get in some extra freezes. Not that our freezes are really helping us all that much currently. But, if we can get more freeze, it would be a lot more helpful, obviously. So we were able to at least kill one of those guys before they spawned and then started attacking. As you can see there, that was an example of freezing the golem there, which just, it hurt me more than it helped me because he got frozen and then he surprised me with an attack. And I didn't see it coming, and he was able to actually deal damage to me when otherwise he probably wouldn't have been able to. So that's just a thing that can happen when you let your, when freeze kind of gets in your way more than it helps you. And why I think the devs should give it a little something to actually make it better. I think the deal magic damage to frozen enemies thing that the legendary item has should maybe be incorporated as a natural part of the freeze status regardless. That's just me, though. I don't know how others feel about it. I haven't talked too hard about what freeze does with other people in the community. Ugh, please. Well, I mean, if we were on a dizzy run, I'd be very happy. Oh, okay, well, we already have the legendary item for our current build path, so I guess I shouldn't be too upset. But if I was on a bleed run, I would be very happy right now. Okay, this is the enabling item for the Skul physical run that the little bone run, I should say. We're not on that, though, so we can't take it. Oh my god. So, okay, so 2 execute could be good, because we do have the execute inscription here. What is execute for? All attacks made against marked enemies turn into critical hits. That seems fairly decent. We're also offered one more artifact here, and I actually think I should take this instead. Kind of getting a little tight here with my items. I think I need to get rid of my mutant. I haven't really been using it much anyway. Sadly, we're going to have to pass up on this clone stamp, but maybe we'll get offered another one, and we'll be able to take whatever is on that one. But the magic attack offered to us on that item, as well as one more build into artifacts, so hopefully we can get the multiple meteors coming up soon. I think that's way more helpful to me in the long run. And also, we should... Ooh, okay, so we're starting to get into some crit synergy here. which makes me think I should build one more into Misfortune too. If we're not already at Misfortune. No, we're not, but I think I have Misfortune on one of these items. Yes, here. So that would increase my crit rate. And yeah, that would obviously be good because we're starting to build into it. Oh, man, I wish I was offered an item room and a money room so I could take the item room. But I really need to focus on getting my Skul shards. We're a little behind where I would like to be, and I certainly still want to make this a double Skul run. At this point, I would certainly upgrade my Dark Paladin to Legendary before I would upgrade my Thief here. Both of them, ideally though, I'm able to get there. And that's going to be my goal. Though it's not looking likely that we're going to get one there before this. 5 off. Literally one common would have done it. I probably passed a common up at some point. Like, oh yeah, at the start of the game when I took the Glacier Breaker. That's when I passed up the common. If I had well, obviously, I'm not regretting taking the Glacier Breaker. Not just yet, at least. But if I had taken the Skul, we would have enough now to get a Legendary. Also, oops, I missed. This shouldn't be too much of an issue, though. As long as we can... Okay, I lost my shield, but I don't think it matters. Keeping your shield up as Dark Paladin is, like, profoundly important. Dark Paladin is, like, a basic attack heavy Skul. When you have your Dark Paladin, like, shield up, you do a ton of damage, so try your best to, whenever you have that up, to not take damage and lose it quickly. Also, I dashed at the wrong time there. I should have been my Thief Skul for that part, but I fucked up. Though I don't think we've taken a lot so far yet, so we're not like doing badly or anything. Oop, okay. The 30% on the Glacier Breaker, I'm sure is doing some amount of work. Like, it's not completely useless or anything. And just like I thought, that wasn't an issue for us. We did a pretty good job and got out of there without taking a lot of hits. Wisp, I would normally take, but we're not really a ability-focused run here. Not too much, at least, so I'm pretty happy just moving on. Sadly, we can't do anything with her, so we just have to run right past her and continue on our way. Run feels decently strong, but I'm just kind of upset that I haven't seen any other freeze, like literally not even like the ring, the common ring. I haven't seen it, so I can't even get to Frozen 2. But really, everything before Frozen 4 is just kind of useless. Frozen 2 doesn't really do anything. So even if I were to find some freeze items here, I'm not even sure I could go super far into the freeze direction. If at all, I would need to see like something that has a good effect attached to it to really want to take freeze further than what I have. Oop, okay, wait, that's my meteor. I always have to have to remember that. Act 4 gets a little bit interesting with the artifact inscription, because there's meteors that fall naturally in this level. So if you see a meteor, your instant inclination is to like run away, but most of the time it's your meteor. Though, so far so good. Obviously, it's only the first room, so not really like a good indicator for how overall this act is going to go for us. But, I don't know. We feel decently powerful. The meteors are actually... I used to say Artifact 4 was like dog shit. And like kind of like not worth it, but it's doing a fair amount of work. Obviously, Artifact 6 is better, but... It's better than I give it credit for, at least initially. Obviously, 1.5 is still young, though, so we don't exactly know how things are going to unfold in the end. But I feel like Artifact is one of the stronger inscriptions. The meteor effects should not be underestimated. And I think this is more reinforcing my my build strategy in 1.5. Inscriptions are very important because, like, I really did try making a more item-focused build, like, strategy where, like, you're looking for powerful item effects rather than just inscription building. And I tried working with that a little bit, in between the runs here, but I died a lot because there's so many items now, you can't really rely on finding any specific one. As we've demonstrated here, I can't even find any freeze items. Oh my god, you gotta be joking. Oh, give me a good shot, please. Please give me a good shot. Just once. I'm not asking for a lot. Literally, you could have given me the fucking freeze spirit here and I would have taken it. Good god, dude. We're so far behind on skull shards as well. I don't think I'm going to get a double legendary build here. So whack. But, the run still feels, despite all of this, like it's okay. I guess we'll find out when we fight the adventurer, because that's always a make or break point for a run. Okay, so that does have stun attached to it. Teleports behind the closest enemy and slashes with a chance. Oh, okay. I didn't see that earlier in the Leona fight. You guys were probably screaming at your screens. It's right there, dumbass, but I kind of speed read things a lot and miss a lot of little details. Yeah, not quite sure how I feel about the stun though, because whenever you stun these guys that summon in these like explosive guys, a lot of the time, whenever you stun them and if they're mid summon, they actually like instantly summon whatever they were attempting to summon. I'm gonna take an item room here. I think I really don't like giving up on a double legendary build, but I might have to, like for like the security of the run and like actually being able to win this and like get a decent build going, I need to occasionally at least take a route I normally wouldn't, which is, you know, I always like in my videos to build 2 good legendary skulls because I'm a swap fiend. I love swapping, but it just hasn't really panned out that way. Very much reminding me of the first genie run I tried on this channel, where shit was just not working out in terms of skull shards. We haven't seen either of the skull shard NPCs. It's just how it goes sometimes. This is obviously a roguelite. It's all random. You can never fully predict how a run's gonna go, which is why I said at the start I'm gonna lean physical, and here we are on a magic run. It happens. Ooh. Okay, that's our artifact here. And we are very basic attack heavy, so I think this will help us a lot. And I think we have to say goodbye maybe to Infinite Bone. We don't have a lot of wiggle room. Obviously, we could get rid of Glacier Breaker, but I'm holding on to that hope, and it does have Execute on it, whereas this has 0 inscriptions serving our run. That's just kind of how Skul is now. Sometimes you have to say goodbye to powerful legendary items in favor of just building towards your inscriptions. Yep, that's Skul in a nutshell. Now we have the meteors, which means our run is just objectively way stronger than it was before. Do we have a way to skip this? Doesn't appear to be, so we're just gonna go ahead and go in here and accept our fate. Oh yeah, he's just chilling up there again. Sometimes it does this. I don't get why. A little bit of a delayed reaction on its part, which is fine by me. Very helpful to me overall. I'm really enjoying the sniper item we have here a lot. Like, I was really looking forward to putting this to use in one of my videos, and I'm glad I found it in this run. It just seems like a fun, powerful item effect. I think we're going to fight the boss here. Yep. I have a sense for it because I've played this game so much. If we can find a legendary skull as of the reward for fighting this this adventurer, there's a chance that we can still build 2 legendaries. So let's see what happens. Who do we got? Oh, okay, the easiest one, which is always very good. He just has the least amount of HP, that's why he's the easiest. He can be a little annoying though, like I'm not saying it's not an annoying fight in a lot of ways, but it just, overall, I would say, God, the freeze actually helped there. Very rare instance of a W for freeze. I guess I shouldn't say very rare, but like the pattern breaking was actually beneficial there. Okay. Oh, okay, we're taking a lot here. I need to be careful. We've only done a little tiny bit. Okay, this might actually be where the run starts to fall apart. Where are my meteors? Do we have Artifact 6? Yes, we do. Where are my multiple meteors, please? Like, this is the easiest adventure, and I'm taking a fuckload here. Though he certainly is one of the more offensive adventurers that you can go up against, so it's kind of normal to take a lot of damage against him. It just sucks to see. Okay, let's successfully... We have a really good dash on this Skul, so we can actually very effectively dodge those attacks. And overall, we kept our life. That's the most important thing. God damn it. What are these options? God damn it. No freeze, man. Literally none. Literally 0 options for freeze. I'm offered all of the spirits except the Ice Spirit, which is like one of the more common ones. Skul the Hero Slayer. What a game. Ooh. Do I even bother with this, man? This could end my run. I'll open 1, and if it's... Okay, I'll open 1 until I get a horrible effect. Ugh. Please give me the key. I hate these. It's such a fake out. It's so rude. Ah, you son of a bitch. Okay, that wasn't a horrible effect. Oh! Oh. Don't know what happened there. Oh, you son of a bitch! You asshole! God damn it. Oh, hey, the meteor, dude. Hey, dude. Hey, what can I say? The meteors are pretty good. Okay. Please, please. It's torturing me, dude. This is mental torture. This is, like, not okay. Please give me the key. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, you asshole! Oh, dude, the fucking meteors! The meteors! They're doing work! They're doing work! Okay, this is awesome. Oh, what is my luck? Oh! Okay, one more. Oh, okay. Oh my God, what an incredible fucking chest room here. Holy shit. Foolish and large chest, give me your shit now. Please be good, please be good, please be good. Oh my God. What do I do? Do I get rid of this? Oh no. I think I need to jump off the freeze path, but that also gets rid of one of my stacks. Okay, what do we have here? I think we have 2. So we would have 3 with the Pot of Greed. God damn it. I gotta get rid of this. That's so unfortunate. That's so unfortunate, dude. Hang on, I actually gotta take a screenshot of this Pot of Greed. It's happening, it's happening. There we go. For the thumbnail, you guys have seen me do this in videos before. You know what's up. Oh my God, really? Wait, we could actually, okay, this is it's a thing that can happen. It's even less likely in 1.5, but you can actually get double legendary items. Like, this could have a Pot of Greed in it. Okay, it didn't, but it could have. It happened to me before. We're actually going to pick this up and drop it immediately because we will get an item for Pot of Greed here. The Sylphid Wings. Dash gets us a cooldown speed by 50%. Heritage and Soar. We do have Heritage. What would I get rid of? Honestly, nothing. That's more of a gargoyle item than anything. You can make use of it on other characters, but it is very much so a gargoyle centered item. Okay, please don't kill me. We got out of the fucking adventurer fight with her alive. I do not want to die now. Oh, okay. I just need to make it to the shop. That's all that needs to happen. The shop. The shop, it's coming, man. It's coming. Copium. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. Okay, it's not here. Good lord. I'm just so scared of the archer! And also, the Dark Paladin skills are so slow. You're just like a sitting duck for, like, ever. Oh god, please. Okay, I think we can get our shield here. Okay, actually we couldn't, but... Okay, the halfling girl needs to show up, like, yesterday. Okay, we have a lot of money. I'm taking a Skul room. The Pot of Greed just came in clutch, giving us a bunch of legendaries to break and make a... Okay, okay, we're getting some HP. Okay, 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 we have our shield. Okay, we should absolutely breeze through this now, as long as I don't lose it. Okay, there we go. Hopefully we can even... Okay, he's up there, never mind. I thought he appeared down here for some reason. Let's let him blow up. And there's our shop. Okay, we're in the safe. We're in the clear. Thank God. Whew, that was scary for a hot second there. Okay. We might just yet make it. Clone stamp. Okay, first things first, I'm healing. And then we can refresh the shop and look for things. Clone stamp has nothing good on it. I can't afford to take the Kyrian at this point. This could be good. Has execute on it. What is our execute currently at? We can't get to execute 4. So I don't think that's worth doing. Oh, baby. What would I get rid of is the question. This, I think at this point, we get our mutant back is the thing, which is good. And Sub-Zero has just, we have not gotten offered freeze. I'm taking this. Skul the Hero Slayer is just a bit of a cruel game at times. Do we have Misfortune anymore? No. I will refresh once more. I would have been so, I would have been so upset if there was a freeze item behind that. Thankfully, I get to keep my sanity, but yeah. Skul the Hero Slayer just kind of like there's so many items now that like I mean this is like the prime example of what I'm talking about. You cannot focus on items and getting a specific item build. It is all about your inscriptions if you want run consistency. Very much like that's the meta we're in. As you see now, overall my run is good. I mean I got Pot of Greed. But we have our meteors now that are falling out of the sky and doing quite a bit of work for us. And that is nothing to turn your head up at, as well as the damage it provides us. But obviously the Pot of Greed is hard carrying us and our damage. But, like, yeah, this is just how it is now. We were on a path to victory even before we found the Pot of Greed, at least I think. But now we're certainly on a path to victory. Our run is very powerful now. We can win from here. As long as I play well, which, yeah, you know, it is a Haxa video. Anything could happen. But, yeah, the run is finally... Okay, wow. Okay, it's all coming together. It's all coming together. We could have picked up the Grim Reaper there, but I'm going to stick with my Thief here. Because it is one of the skulls that got changed, so we might as well see it through to the end. Probably shouldn't have swapped there, but... I could just swap back and then make use of this. Go ahead and freeze this guy if we can. Okay. I hate those enemies. I don't think anyone on the planet likes those enemies. Whoo! Okay. We're good. We're good. We made it. We made it through the nightmare. The nightmare gauntlet that we were participating in there. These guys we can just spam our abilities against because they're very slow. They don't really attack you directly. They summon enemies. And yeah, we can just build up our shield. Oh wait, I thought I destroyed this. There we go. Actually, hang on. I gotta read this gauntlet item. I gotta read its description. Hang on a second. Okay, my bad. I thought I heard something at my door, but I'm fine. What do we got here? You son of a bitch! What is this? Dude, it's taunting me. It's taunting me. It's taunting me. What is this? Out of a fucking epic chest? Bro. What the fuck, Skul? That's not fun. That's not fair. What? I have no words. What does this do? Normal attacks increase magic attack by 3% for 2 seconds. Stacks up to 60%. Reaching the maximum for this effect. Normal attacks go. Oh my god. That is like the perfect item for this run, too. I'm leaving that on the floor. Disrespecting me, I'm going to disrespect you. Completely uncool. Alright, let's see what Joan has to offer. Good lord. I thought I had more time to drink my tea, damn it. No lag there. It was a fairly quick screen transition. Normally, if you're unaware, I edit out the screen transition to Joan and the first hero because for some reason they take especially long. But in that instance, it didn't. And I was trying to enjoy a little bit of my tea, but alas. So we're in the Joan fight. This could go, like, ideally and theoretically, this should go well for me. But anything can happen in this fight because we have these exploding guys that run around everywhere. And they actually deal a lot of damage. And they can completely catch you off guard. And you always have to be aware of them whenever you see them coming up. If you're not, you will take so much damage against them, it's not even funny. So just be aware of that in this stage of the Joan fight, and you should be okay as long as your run is decent. But this is definitely a run checker. You have to have a decent run at this point. This is like the first like Omega test that Skul the Hero Slayer throws your way. And we're acing it pretty well here, so far so good, and I don't think this phase will give us too much trouble as long as she cooperates, which is asking for a lot against Joan. She is like one of the most non-cooperative bosses in the game, like when she goes to the side of the screen and just kind of stays there for a long time. We should stay as this Skul for a lot of this because it's smaller and it can more easily dodge this phase of her attacks, which is easily by far her most dangerous attack she has access to. Okay, she's about to beam me! I couldn't get out of the way in time. That's an example of Joan not cooperating, by the way. You'll see that a lot. Okay, we actually managed to dodge all of those. We're actually not doing a lot of damage to her, which is worrisome. So we're going to be here a while, and she actually is slowly but surely chipping me down, as she tends to do. She is not a easy boss by any stretch. Even after all this time of me playing this game, Joan still gives me trouble. So if you're struggling against her, understand pros struggle against her as well. She's very strong and very difficult. Okay, I think we have our magic bonus from our attacks here. So our thief basics aren't entirely useless like they normally would be. Okay, we can actually just stand here safely. Very cautiously though, because I do not want to lose my life here. If I lose my life here, it's almost curtains for this run pretty much. So going to be doing my absolute best here to keep my remaining HP and get through this. God, Skul is not an easy game by any stretch, dude. I'm so excited for hard mode. Because this game, like, it's not easy, but I'm very good at it, mostly because I've been playing it for so long that I have a lot of it memorized. So I'm very excited to see hard mode completely shake up my perception of this game. I don't know how I'm going to handle the hard mode update. I don't know how I'm going to upload videos. I might upload all of my attempts to beat it for the first time. I don't know. Probably shouldn't talk about that right now because we're on a run right now, and it's a spicy run. It's not guaranteed by any stretch, but now we have Legendary Thief, which is a pretty big upgrade, so. At the final hour, our Legendary Thief joins us to see this run through, hopefully get ourselves a win. Who knows, though? Anything could happen. These guys could deal a lot of damage to me, surprisingly. Please don't. Please don't. I'm begging you. I need to keep all of my HP. Depending on what the shop offers me, there's a good chance I'm just going to buy the heal. We'll have to see what it is in here. It's probably going to be all 3 freeze items. Okay, we're not that unlucky. None of these are particularly good to sway me off my build. So this is it. This is my build. This is also a good heal. So we're almost full HP, and we even have above average HP thanks to our Hate Stone here, or Grudge Stone, actually. Which does deal magic damage and not physical. They need to change it. They haven't yet, but I'm sure they will get around to it. And yeah, we have our Yeti Quintessence. We have our 2 Skuls here, which I'm very happy I was finally able to do a Dark Paladin run. It's one of my favorite Skuls. I would say Prisoner, followed by Mummy, followed by Dark Paladin. And Mummy's currently broken, so we can't even use it. I really hope the devs saw my bug report, because if they didn't, we could have a broken mummy for a long time, and that would suck ass. I want to bring it on a run as soon as possible. It wasn't broken in 1.5.0, by the way. It only got broken in 1.5.1. So something happened in between updates. Don't know, but it's not currently our concern. Our concern is winning this run, so we should focus up and try and get into here and beat the first hero and secure the win. This just, like I said, this run is about enforcing my build strategy, and I think this solidifies it in my mind. Let's see what happens. Alrighty. I'm nervous. I mean, I could lose. Of course, just barely missing the big meteor attack. It will be back, but it's going to be a little bit before we get to see it again. So I would have liked to have waited just a second, but it's fine. Oh wow, we did a lot there. Okay. Yeti being on such a low cooldown is incredible. Do we have the quintessence inscription here? I just want to check that real quick. Heritage, I think, is the quintessence inscription. It is. So we can just spam the fuck out of Yeti, almost like it were just another ability we have, which is very good. Yeti is just incredible. If you've never used it and you're like, common inscriptions are just bad, so I avoid them. And you also look at inscriptions like, you only see Ogre is good because it benefits damage. You should reconsider your thoughts on inscriptions. Inscriptions are basically thirds abilities that you can use, and that's never been more true in the new Skul update, because you can just make your inscription or your quintessence cooldowns so low that like you can just spam them as you would any other ability. If I was calling quintessences inscriptions that whole time and you were confused, I apologize. I meant quintessences. I kind of, for some, like, I don't know, my brain just turns to mush sometimes when I'm doing these runs. But we're actually doing a really good job here. Way better than I thought. I actually think we should pretty effectively secure this win here. Let's see what happens. So just to reiterate my new build strategy here in Skul the Hero Slayer, I think the most consistent way to build runs is through inscription focusing. Item focusing is not viable because there are so many items that if you focus on building towards like specific strong item effects, you will not find them. You will refresh your stores in vain. You will never get what the run you're trying to build, and you will lose. You need to compromise from time to time and just take whatever item is currently going to give you the inscription that you have going. You need to just like, if you see an item that has artifact on it and you're building an artifact run, even if you don't like the item that much, buy the item, because your inscriptions are very, very, very important in new Skul the Hero Slayer. And yeah, I think this, and I will even show you my deaths at the end of this run. I don't know what they were at the end of the last run, but they are significantly higher than they were. And that's just because I've been experimenting on run building, and yeah, I've come back to this strategy, and I just think it works. I had conversations with people on the Skul Discord, and we were, talking about why we, because there was someone I was talking to who thought that run consistency, or like the ideal build strategy, is to just build towards strong item effects, which we certainly got some of those in this run. I'm not going to deny that. We got Pot of Greed and Raven Monarch's Feather here, which certainly contributed their fair share of strength to the run. But I certainly believe that artifact and building towards that, because we also have all of these items, which are, so this is not ideal, this is not ideal, this is not ideal, but these all have artifact on them, and they all heavily contributed to my victories. So hopefully I made my point a little bit, and hopefully you understand. If you're watching this and you're trying to figure out the new Skul the Hero Slayer, hopefully that helps you a little bit in figuring out what to do. I don't know what to do to make this win screen janky, though. That is the sad part here. Okay, so I actually have kind of an idea, I guess. When the thief swaps, it back rolls. So maybe we can back roll into the void back here, and that can be a way we break the win screen here, but I'm not confident in being able to do that. We can try it though. Nope. Hopefully that was at least okay. Okay, it was fine. It was fine. At least we're in mid attack, right? Copium. This is a good windscreen copium. GG's. GG's. Yeah. Oh god, 427. It's even worse than I thought actually. I think I maybe lost even like 8 or 9 runs in between my last recording. Cuz I was just experimenting. And yeah, I've come back to the original idea I had that this is just the right way to do it. And unfortunately, our status building didn't work out. We were offered 0, and I mean literally 0 freeze items. Literally not even the common ring. We didn't even get that. So I had to give up on the glacial breaker, which would have been a fun way to direct this run. But we still, I mean, Pot of Greed is obviously incredible. New Pot of Greed is insane. If you haven't used it, you should. Raven's Monarch Feather is also incredible now because it has Mutant on it. And it always deserved to have Mutant on it, and I'm very glad it does. Even having Mutant 2 is a huge boon to your runs, so Mutant is just great now. And this obviously is an item I'm happy I was able to use finally. We had to give up our sniper item, the sniper sphere item, which sucks, but for the health of the run, I felt like it was good. And also, I've changed my opinion on Hate Stone too. I used to say this item sucks. The item didn't change, but Skul changed. So I actually think this item is good now because it has Artifact on it, and it also has Revenge on it, which is not an inscription you should turn your nose up at. Overall, very, very powerful run. And I'm very happy I was able to show it to you. And hopefully you learned something. And hopefully you watched it to the end. If you did, I appreciate you. I'm sure most people don't. So yeah, I really enjoy it when people enjoy my runs. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again in the next one.